Hello loves, hope all is well. Today I'm coming to you guys with a highly requested video. I will be talking about my most favorite brushes and brushes that I recommend for either beginners or more advanced people, even though if you're advanced you probably have your own specific set of brushes, but I have quite a bit of brushes that I absolutely love, so I'm going to try to run through them pretty quickly. I'm also going to show you how I spot clean my brushes because I get asked that a lot as well, and I'll probably just do a quick demonstration on some of my eye brushes and stuff like that. So I'm going to start off with my eye brushes and move down from cheapest to more expensive, and then move on to my favorite face brushes. And I have a lot of brushes, so let's get started. So I have quite the large collection of eye brushes, at least for me. I personally love brushes. I feel like I get so much more done with brushes. It's more hygienic. I don't know. It just is what it is. I'm gonna start off with e.l.f. brushes. Now, some of these are dirty, some of these are clean. Now, the first one is the e.l.f. C brush, or it's called the eyeshadow brush. It is just a basic C brush. It is $1. You can find it anywhere. It was my startup brushes. I just loved it to pack on color. It does work well when you spritz it. It is a little soft, but it's not bad, especially for $1. I have like more than I can count of these brushes, and they're my go-to. I use it for under the brow. I still use it to pack on color, but I do have other brushes that I lean towards now. But yes, a great buy, and it's only $1. The next brush that's also in the dollar collection for e.l.f. is their crease brush, their eye keep crease brush. Now this is a very small crease brush, but it is perfect for under the eye, for buffing out that color under the lash line, and actually for doing a nice cut crease. It does really work. The next one is also from e.l.f. and this one is their $3 one. This is their concealer brush. As you can see, it's dirty. You've seen me use it in probably quite a few of my videos. I use it mostly for pigments or eyeshadows that I will be using wet. This is a perfect brush to just pack on the color. I used it for this look that I have on now. That's why it's dirty. I'll probably be cleaning this one in front of you guys. As you all know, I mean, I couldn't make a video without any of my Sonia Kashuk 109 brushes. I actually picked this one up yesterday at Target because I spotted one. I was shocked. I go to Target too much for my own good, and yeah, I look at the brushes all the time to see if they're reselling them. I did find out from them directly that they do still sell them, but they're always available online if I don't find them in stores. So these are $3.99. These are like perfect blending brushes. You've seen me use them in my tutorials. If you've seen my tutorials, absolutely phenomenal. It is synthetic, so it doesn't distribute too much product, so you may have to build on certain things, but this is just so soft, so easy to clean, and $3.99. Now, the next brushes I will be talking about are my Real Techniques. I can't live without my Real Technique brushes. I ended up buying their starter kit and their core collection, and I think these three were from their starter kit. I always mix them up, but anyway, this one is the base shadow brush. I actually used this brush for my corrector today, and it blends it so softly, so gently, and just perfect. You can use this for blending, you can use this for cream, you can use this for just about anything, and I have used it for just about anything, so definitely recommend picking up the collection. I wish they sold this brush separately because I would buy more. I probably have the same amount of like I do for Sonia Kashuk, but absolutely my favorite brush in the entire collection. The next one, of course, is another favorite, and it is the accent brush, and this is great for under the eyes, especially if you have smaller eyes, or you know, you don't have like all this room here and you just needed to get that little corner or the inner corner. This is perfect. I use it for that all the time, and it is just phenomenal. And the last one is the deluxe crease brush. I actually don't use this for any powders. I use this for mostly cream. I use it for my concealer, for my bases. So this is just a great brush. It goes right around the nose perfectly. It is just amazing. So the next brushes I have up are my Sigma brushes. I don't know what took me so long to jump on the Sigma train, but when I went to IMATS, I stocked up enough to last me a bit. So this is the travel size E25 brush, perfect for hitting that inner corner just to get that V right there. I used it today, so that's why I'm like all up in my eye. Perfection. This is the travel size. I haven't opened any of the ones I have. I'll tell you, I got some backups, boo. gotta tell me twice. So this is just a phenomenal blending brush. I think it is comparable to the 217, the MAC 217 brush, and it is a perfect dupe for it. It is on a little pricier mid-range, but they usually have sales, and there's so many coupon codes out there for Sigma that I don't see why you wouldn't be able to get this in a kit or get it very inexpensive. So the next ones are the tapered blending brushes, the E35s. Absolutely love these brushes. When they apply product, it's a little bit more denser, so I use it mostly just to blend the crease or blend colors that are a little bit more difficult to blend out. These are the brushes that I reach for. Love them just as much as my 109 brushes. This brush, look at it, is perfect. I've had it for over 9 years, and it is my MAC 229 brush. I faded out the numbers, but I love this brush. I want to pick up a couple more, but I also am looking for a dupe for this brush, and it has to be exactly it because I just don't know. So yes, I've had this for over 9 years. There's no need to replace brushes, guys. Even if the ferrule pops up, I would glue it back depending on how good the brush is. If I can care less, I'd chuck it. But if my ferrule was to ever come loose, and it hasn't at all, it's not even loose at all. Even if it came loose, this one would get crazy glued back. No shame. Moving along to my more expensive brush, and I only have one of these, and maybe I want 2 or 3. It is my Wayne Goss 04 brush, and look at it. It's just perfection. It is perfect for when I want to hit that outer V very lightly, and also for a cut crease. It blends beautifully. The bristles are soft. It is just divine. And I just don't know. I never felt any softer brushes, and I'm so proud of him, and I know he's proud of his products, and to me this was worth the investment. That's pretty much it for the eye brushes that I use. Those are like must-haves. I don't think I could do a look without at least one of those brushes. I would be very, very sad. But anyway, I'm gonna move on to the face brushes that I use and stuff like that. The first thing is not a brush, but it is a sponge. So you guys know I use my Real Techniques and my Beauty Blender, and they're both filthy. I absolutely love the Real Techniques sponge. Definitely look into it if you really just don't want to spend the money on a Beauty Blender. To me, the next best thing is that Real Techniques Complexion Perfection sponge. It's shaped differently, but it works great. Just coming from a girl like me. So the next brushes I absolutely love. I'm gonna start off from cheapest to, you know, more pricey. So first things first, these tapered brushes. These are the e.l.f. blush brushes, and I have 2 of them. No, I have 4. I have some in my kit, and I have 2 of them for my personal use. One of them has tape because this is the one that I use for highlights to hit that, you know, top cheekbone, and the other one I use for blush or for whatever else I need it for at the moment. But anyway, absolutely love these. Great for highlight, great for blush, great for under the eye powder. Definitely consider these. They're only $3. So the next brush up is another Real Techniques brush, and this is a massive brush. Like, this will cover up, this will cake that face up like nobody's business. And this is the Real Techniques powder brush. I have one in my kit as well because it is perfect for just setting, you know, the oily areas, and it stands up so cute. It just stands up. 2 other brushes from the Real Technique lines, and these come, this is a separate brush. This one is the Expert Face Brush. It is a lot smaller, but it is perfect for mineral foundations and for liquid foundations, and I find that it is best suited for just kind of, if you're not brave enough to just sweep it all over the face, this is perfect enough for blending it throughout the face. It is a little bit smaller, and this is the buffing brush from the Real Techniques line, and I want to say this is from the Core collection. So this is great. I've been using this for like a year and a half that I've had it, and I still go to it every now and again when I have like thicker liquids that I want to buff into the skin. The next brush I picked up is a NARS e.l.f. brush. Now I don't know how authentic this is because I picked this up from a website not from here. I think it was a website from Korea or wherever it was, and it says it's authentic to no means, but I did not pay nowhere near the price for the NARS e.l.f. brush. Any slanted brush like this will be perfect for contouring, and I do like it. It's really soft. It's not, you know, the moment I saw it I was like, I'm gonna buy it anyway and see. It's saying it's authentic, so I don't know. I really do want the NARS e.l.f. brush. I wouldn't mind a second one anyway, but I'd love to compare these two one day. but this is really soft. I thought it was gonna be like rigid and hard and scratchy. I would have been so mad, but I would have returned it. Moving right along, Sigma brushes. I picked up 4 and then some. I picked up doubles of the favorite F80 Kabuki brush. This is fantastic for minerals, for mineral foundations. This is great for liquid foundations. I just love this, and I have been loving using this brush with this foundation. It's like these two were made to be together and they should get married and have babies. The next brush, of course, is the tapered Kabuki brush, and this is perfect. This is the F86 brush, and this is perfect for when you want to do that deep highlights or you have a thicker product that you kind of don't want all over your face. This does, because it's synthetic, it kind of picks up some product but doesn't absorb it, but it does great like for under the eyes, just pack on, you know, either a powder, or mineral foundation, and also for, you know, your liquid concealers. And this works great with my MAC Prolonged Wear Concealer, which I use it mostly for that, and then I go over it with the eyes. It just buffs great, and you can use it for all over the face, but I prefer it for the eyes. And I got that idea from Jaclyn Hill because that's my boo thing, but she don't know it yet, you know. Next brush I have is the tapered face brush, and this is the F25. It is fantastical. I kind of wanted the smaller version, or I accidentally almost bought the smaller version. I was like, no, give me the biggest one. And it is, you guys see me sweep it right under the eyes and go right on the bridge of the nose and just do my thing with it. Absolutely love it. Another brush that I use for contouring, when I did not have that Ita brush, I always reach for my small contour, the F05 brush, and this is just perfect for hitting right there and even for around the neck and just to buff around. So this is actually a really good brush. So again, if you're looking at Sigma brushes, these are my recommendations. Last but not least is my MAC 150 brush. I've had this brush for over 9 years. Just like I bought the 229 brush and this brush together. It has lasted me so long. It has held its shape. It feels soft. It is beautiful, and these were the best investments I've ever made. So when I found these like last year, the year before, I was like in heaven. So I just love this brush so much, and this is like perfect for when you don't want to contour but you want to bronze that face. I just hit it right there and just buff it around the face. I get that beautiful summery glow. Fantastic. For my sponges, the way I clean them is the way I showed in my comparison video. So I use the Kirk's Castile soap, and I still have the First Bar soap. Like, I still use it, and I do use the Beauty Blender cleanser, the solid, but this, with this and even the Beauty Blender, is fantastic. It even works great on some of my eye brushes and even on my larger brushes. In my kit and for my personal use, I use Perrier Spirit, and this is what I use to spot clean my brushes. Now this stuff sanitizes and removes any oils from makeup, so it is like instant, but you have to be careful with it, especially if you have sensitive skin, because it does tend to kind of dry out the skin a little bit in the area that you might accidentally spray. So I'm just going to show you guys how I would spot clean a brush, and I pretty much just take a paper towel and I fold it in fours because I'm neurotic like that. Just weird. I'm going to take one of my Sigma brushes because it's white and you can see the tip, and either I'll spray directly on the brush or I'll spray on the paper towel. So I'm just going to spray the paper towel and I'm going to quickly swirl it around the brush. Swirl the brush around. You can go up and down, back and forth, and around. There you go. Like new. Now this one is my concealer brush. This one I will spray on, directly on the brush, because I used pigment on it and it was wet. So pretty much just go back and forth and just clean it like that. Isn't that fun? So I'm gonna use it on my Expert face brush because it is a little dirty. So on this I spray it directly. Actually, let me put the paper towel right there and I'll show you guys. And I'm a little generous when it comes to the foundation brushes, and you pretty much just, you see it just come right off. See that? You just sit there, and this is good for spot cleaning, especially if you just don't really want to wash your brushes, and it does disinfect and all that stuff. And oh my god, look at it, brand new. And this brush was matching it just a little while ago, so So yes, Perian Spirit is like my holy grail product right now. It is quick, it's easy to use, and I love using it. Some people complain that it does leave an oily residue, and I do agree that it does, especially on these brushes, it leaves an oily residue. So what I do is I take my alcohol pump and I pump some on the paper, on a clean paper, and I just swipe it. So I just swipe the brush on it. Because I use 91% alcohol, even though it wets the brush, it dries it out pretty quickly. And what that does is remove that oils, like the immediate oil residue that it leaves, especially on these thicker brushes. So even on this one, I'll just wipe it off with some alcohol and it'll be good to go. It won't be oily, it'll be fine. So I hope you guys like this video. This was something that's always requested. People ask me all the time about brushes and stuff like that. So I just wanted to make a video and show you guys like my favorite brushes and ones that I can't live without and stuff like that. And kind of show you how I spot clean my brushes, because my brushes are usually clean, especially my eye brushes. So anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Please thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.